Yo, you guys gotta check this one out. Today we're looking at the Mate by Circooter. This is a brand new all-terrain scooter featuring front and rear suspension, 10-inch off-road tires, full display, 3 modes, eco, standard, and turbo. It's got a nice bright headlight. And we can't forget the tail light back here. The Mate offers a 800 watt rear hub motor, peaks at 1000 watts. That'll get you up to 28 miles an hour and a 21 to 25 mile an hour range depending on the mode and terrain you're using. This is a foldable scooter and has adjustable bars. So if you're a tall person like me, that's awesome. Not to mention the nice wide platform to stand on. I wear a size 14 and that fits on there perfectly. We've got rear and front disc brakes, powered by a 12.5 amp hour battery. Pause to read, there's your information here. Nice underglow when the lights are on, pretty sweet. This scooter has a max load of 330 pounds, and for a big scooter, it only weighs about 48 pounds. So you can pick it up pretty easily with one hand if you needed to. It also comes with this carrying case that straps onto the bars. Nice durable case. Little pockets. Very nice. And the scooter does come with a mobile app where it connects to your scooter. You can adjust your level of speed. You can activate your headlights, your cruise control on or off. You got a number of different options here available to you. It's got a nice horn on there too. Woo! Turn signals. Illuminated on either side. And you hear the beep, and you get an arrow on the screen too. We got the thumb throttle here on the right side. Interesting design. That's gonna be a fun one to use. The Mate also has an IPX4 waterproof rating, so you can take it off-road and probably get into some little mud puddles and not have to worry about it shutting down on you. You can see the charging port has a nice plug over it. Keeps it nice and secure. Everything's wrapped in some nice durable protective layers here as far as the wiring goes. The folding mechanism is pretty sturdy. It's got a pin. This lifts out. I'll demonstrate that later. All right, let's hop on this thing and see what it can do. All right, so I guess the first order of business here is to do a speed test. So we're gonna start out on eco mode. We'll see how this goes. From 0 to maxed out, let's go. And it's looking like 10 miles an hour on eco mode is where we get, which is pretty safe speed. And you heard that little beep, that's the cruise control. So that gets up to speed pretty quick. Let's try standard mode. Let's see what that does. 0 to max, let's go. Oh, you can already feel it taking off faster. Yep, we're already at 10. Like 15, 16. So it's looking like standard mode gets you to 18 miles an hour. I know it's hard to see on that screen. That's pretty quick. All right, let's go ahead and switch it into turbo mode. And let's see how that does. Oh yeah, you can feel the torque on it immediately. Already up to 20. Got 25. And it's hitting 26. 26 and a half. Oh yeah, and those brakes do very well. And it's very stable. I like it. The dogs do not like it. All right, well, speed test is cool. It is an all-terrain scooter, so let's take it on some off-road terrain. Well, we're cruising along on the way to the off-road area here. I heard some hubbub on the internet about this throttle. Some people love it, some people hate it. Honestly, I think it's pretty easy to use. It's really not too much different than the ones you push down. Once the cruise control kicks in, you're good to go anyway, just like how I am now. I'm on standard mode. Just taking an easy cruise through the neighborhood here. All right, we're approaching our off-road testing facility here. Let's see how it takes this big old bump. Dual suspension though, it should be cool. Oh yeah, no problem at all. It does handle the off-road pretty well, as expected. Take it through the grass a little bit. Go straight through the tall grass. Easy. Let's go real crazy. Let's try to make it through the soft dirt and long grass the long way. Sure, we can do 5 or 6 feet. Can we do like 30 feet of it? Yeah, we can. Yes, we can. No problem. All right, that honestly exceeded my expectations. Only picked up minor foliage. A little bit of miner's lettuce, actually. Get it? Minor foliage? Wow. The jokes write themselves. All right. I'm pretty convinced with the off-road capability of this thing. That was seriously impressive. Well, we got 2 miles on it and still a full battery, so let's keep trucking along here and see how long the distance goes. We do need to try it up a hill too, so that'll be next. Distance, hill test, and what else? Who knows? Let's go find out. As the off-road test continues, I'm only more impressed as we go. We're hitting all kinds of roots and bumps, as you can probably hear and see, but it's not really a big deal. We're going uphill in the dirt right now. Oh, there's a tree in the way. Thankfully, this scooter is light and easy to pick up for these kind of situations here. Another big plus of this scooter is the ground clearance. I wouldn't be able to make it over a lot of these bumps if it wasn't as tall as it is. Gotta watch out for poison oak over here. All right, we are emerging back into civilization. Can it handle this curb? Yes. No problem. All right, so dead ahead, we've got a hill. Not the most intense hill ever, but it's a pretty good hill. A couple of my other scooters couldn't make it. So far, this one hasn't even slowed down. Well, dropped a couple miles an hour, but not enough to notice. All right, let's take our little trail down to the beach here. I'm really impressed by the off-road capability of this thing. We're just cruising along beautifully through these old, busted trails. How about this little off-road shortcut right here? Can we do it? Can we do it? Yes, we can. Oh, I thought for sure I was gonna stack on that one. But we made it. All right, we're about to pull up to the beach. Surprised it's not raining today. It's like the first time ever. Ooh, is that a sand test? Ooh, it kind of is a sand test. It does okay. I feel like I'm gonna spin out a little bit, but not too bad compared to some. Scared. Do slalom test? Why not? Why not? This one's on easy mode though. Very maneuverable. Oh, that's the tricky one right there. All right, we did it. All right, we made it to the beach. So, what does that mean? That means we made it 5 miles. The battery is still full to the brim after doing all those tests and hills and everything. Pretty good. All right. We are still cruising the ocean on standard mode, locked in at 18 miles an hour. Okay. Well, there we go. So that's our first little drop in battery right there. We dropped 1 bar. I know it's hard to see with the frame rate. We're at a little over 6 miles now. I did 1 big hill. So I think that's where our battery went. But dude, still really good compared to other scooters, especially even scooters in this class that I've tried. This thing's doing quite well, exceptionally well. So I think I've seen almost everything I need to see out of this scooter to be convinced. I'm gonna keep riding around, do some more hills on the way back and see how it handles. And then we'll check in for the first impression review on the old mate. All right, so right in front of me is a hill. I know it doesn't look like much on camera, but this is a steep little hill. This has stopped some other scooters dead in its tracks. So let's see if we make it up. We're in standard mode. Nice. Nice, very nice. I know, like I said, it doesn't look like much, but I've had a few scooters just totally crap out on that hill. Round 2 is gonna be this one. Again, it doesn't look like much, but I've had to turn around on other scooters before. Again, we are in standard mode. If I throw it in turbo mode, it should be easy, no problem. But so far, so good. We're in the little mellower part of it. Now, the scooter is rated to handle a 25% grade. And so far, with what I've seen, I think it probably could. And for those of you wondering, I am about 230 pounds, 6'4", so I'm not a little person, and it's taken me up this hill easy. Oh yeah. Yeah, we didn't even have to try. We didn't even have to try. And yes, I am on standard mode. Our battery did drop a little bit there, but that's typical in, high use situations like that. Anyway, let's head back to home base and I will let you know what I think. Wait a minute, have we tested out the horn yet? That thing is loud. All right, we are pulling up to home base here. All right, what do we think? Well, first things first. The thing I really like about this scooter off the bat, after riding it for about 3 hours today, is the adjustable handlebars. The fact that I don't have to lean forward, reach down, anything like that is wonderful. Second favorite thing, the dual suspension. It's stiff enough to not be super spongy, but spongy enough to not be super stiff. The platform to stand on is super comfortable. Again, I wear size 14 shoes and I fit on there perfectly fine. The display, I know the frame rate, but the display is great. We did 10 miles on it. We pulled some big hills, did a lot of speed tests. So our battery is down to 2 bars, but I'm confident that this scooter will make it to its advertised range. The throttle, it is different, but it's not a deal breaker. Once you're in cruise control mode anyway, you're good to go. I do like that the horn is nice and loud. The positioning of the headlight, whoever decided to put it low, good job. Give them a raise. The brakes, they're mechanical brakes, but they're firm and responsive. They'll actually lock up. I did a couple good skids, but never felt like I couldn't stop. Also, the folding mechanism on this scooter is very serious. You got 3 different security levers here. You got this one, the big dog, and the pin here. So it's very solid, very secure. And the handlebars have a really interesting folding mechanism too, which you don't see on many. So that'll get you a lot of room when you're putting it in the car. And then I'll show you how this one works too. So you got to pull the pin, lift that out, and it just drops down just like so. And that's pretty compact right there for how big of a scooter this is. And to put it back into place, very simple. Pull your pin, push it down. There you go. You are locked into place. Same with the handlebars, just lift them back up. And you are good to go. Now, of course, there is one thing about this scooter that I think needs some improvement. And you can't tell what it is right now, but it is the kickstand. It might just need a little more angle on it or something, but on a few of the shots where I had to stop and put the camera on the tripod, it fell over about 6 or 8 times on pretty level ground. That being said, it was dirt or gravel, but not a deal breaker. Honestly, not a big deal. So with this scooter's price point, what I've experienced today, and what I've seen from other videos that I've watched about it, taking other people's experiences into consideration, I would give this scooter a solid 8 out of 10. Maybe even an 8.5. It handled the hills well. It handled off-road amazingly. Distance is pretty good. That's the only reason I'm docking a little bit of points, because we are at 10 miles. I did most of my ride on standard and we're at 2 bars of battery, but again, we went up a lot of hills. We did turbo mode for about a mile, 2 miles. So not too shabby, really. So shout out to the folks at Circooter. Thank you for sending me the Mate to check out. It was a really fun experience. I can't wait to see what other projects you guys are working on, because if this is kind of your base model scooter, I could only imagine what your top-notch ones are like. So if you want to grab one for yourself, we'll have a link in the description of the video as well as the pinned comment. Feel free to ask me any questions and I'll do my best to answer them for you. And as always, stay up, stay blessed, and we'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.